Hi, Biffs.
Hey, Beth.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Captain.
Red flag.
Cheers to you.
Desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Loser
you.
power.
Love you like I
Or
love
more
you.
wine.
Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff. Cheers.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised. This is ill-advised.
Hey, Biffs. Hello, and welcome.
Welcome to Ill-advised.
The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do when someone else already has.
Like your stepbrother.
And not your ringleader.
All I thought was cheerleading. My cheerleading captain.
I was thinking about like a circus. Oh.
I think both are very fitting right now in
They're
our lives.
both fucking dysfunctional.
Exactly.
Do you want to ride an elephant or the head cheerleader?
Which one do you want to fight more?
Which one will win, you or the elephant leader?
I'm
or
taking
the
that.
cheerfin?
I'm taking that cheerleading captain. I love elephants.
Let's take a bitch. This is your true crime podcast.
Where we
Perpetrate crimes.
our own.
And you sponsor us by hitting that like button.
Yes. Because you too.
We've never done one of these before. Clearly we pre-gamed.
We did. More than our pickleback.
More than our pickleback, because sometimes life just requires a little best friend time.
Fucking A.
Yeah, A the fuck.
Fuck the A.
And if you don't A the fuck,
Then you fuck the A.
and then what do you have to say for yourself?
Then you take a shot.
How you doing, Beth?
So lately, I've been feeling like I definitely should get back to therapy. However, that would require energy and work and time
Yes.
and energy.
Yes.
And I just am not there.
Let it be shown for the record that energy was in there twice.
Emphasized.
That exactly. That's what I meant.
So it's like this, oh my God, I need therapy. Oh my God, that's going to be even more energy than what I have right now, which is why I need therapy.
Right. It's a
So-
self-perpetuating circle of go fuck myself.
Go fuck myself.
Yeah.
And go fuck yourself and
Yep.
anyone else around me.
Any selves that need fucking.
Just bunch of circle fucks.
Okay. Okay.
Somebody better.
That's one that
How
if
you
you
doing?
search that, I don't think you'll find anything.
You'll find circle fucks.
You think so?
Matter of fact, let us know.
It's a bunch of gay sex. Or just a bunch of strap-ons.
We're just like, I'm super curious. So somebody Google circle fuck.
How do you fuck the circle?
What? That's like a circle jerk.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Let us
Welcome.
know.
Welcome to my train of thought.
Let us know.
We provide a discount on wine.
Yes, we let you know the best, cheapest wines. Anyways, how are you? I think that sums it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that resonate with anyone? Are you feeling what I'm
Such a
feeling?
good question.
Do you feel what I feel?
Is that a Christmas song?
Oh shit.
Can
That's
we have
2
Halloween
episodes in a
first?
row.
That is.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Do you feel awful? No. How's that? No? All right.
No.
I tried doing it punk rock, but it wasn't
I
working
know.
for me.
I know. You're not a punk rocker.
Hey, wine.
Please.
Guys. All right. A little disclosure. All of it,
May or
actually.
may not have.
We had
Already
this.
had 2 bottles of this.
Right. We bought this after our last recording, just as a best friend thing. We wanted wine and maritime. And because of that, we bought 2 more bottles. And we had one before this. This one is called Chateau La Commanderie du Bordelet.
Speaking of circle fucks.
Yeah.
La Commanderie.
Bordeaux Appellation Bordeaux Contrôlé 2019. Mi Bardelet au Chateau. And that was the flavor
Asian?
notes.
Is that Asian in there?
At this point, it doesn't matter.
You are correct.
Absolutely. Although there are actual real flavor notes here.
Oh, good.
So you'll be surprised to know, as surprised as we were, that this is 100% Sauvignon Blanc from France, which may be topping my list of Sauvignon Blancs.
I can concur.
Yeah. It was $9.99, so automatically
5 stars.
way better.
Are you kidding me?
Right. A pale lemon color with green tints.
Very correct.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Oh,
Very
and your
correct.
hair on my wine glass.
You're welcome.
Would you like that back?
That's for flavor.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's-
don't drink that one. There's fresh hair dye in it.
Oh, well, then all the more reason to rot my insides.
You're welcome.
Brim with peaches, apricot, exotic fruits, gooseberry, citrus, and mineral aromas and flavors.
Not the
aromas?
gooseberry.
Shall we?
It's funny because I can do this.
Guys, if you're not following Yuri the Masbea in any platform when she makes fun of the Kardashians,
Chloe's my favorite one.
Chloe's my favorite. I've never
She
wanted post-it
kills
fingernails
Courtney,
anymore in my...
Just Chloe, just with the
Yep.
not
Yep.
vegan.
Yep. It just kills me.
So good.
And so, do you know Courtney sent her shit, right? Like, they know about her. And they sent her like a box full of like the products they use and
Stop.
shit. Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
they're
They
fully
love
on
her.
board. They're on board.
Absolutely. How can
As
they
far as I'm
not?
concerned, right?
How can they not? She nails them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Good balance between acidity and roundness, structured and
Round?
mouth-filling.
Ooh, I like a mouthful. What's roundness?
I didn't say roundness.
Nope.
I
You
thought I
said-
was Yep. You're right. I said roundness.
You said roundness.
Let me try again. Good balance between acidity and roundness.
Okay. What's roundness?
I think it's just balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said good balance between acidity
and not
and
acidity.
balance. Okay, that works.
Sure. Structured and mouth-filling. Long on the finish. Mouth-filling and long.
Same. Okay. Let's just drink
Oh,
this.
no, there's more.
Oh my God, my mouth's.
Round.
That's what I was going to say.
Best served at 45 to 52 degrees Fahrenheit
Oh,
with
well.
seafood, fishes, white meat, and goat cheese. Drink now for full aromatic expression. Drink responsibly.
Okay.
Let's responsibly drink this second bottle.
Exactly. Well, wait. Can
Waiting.
you reread the notes? Flavors.
Peach, apricot, exotic fruits.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
A dragon fruit.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Of course you were.
Gooseberry and citrus. Let's do this. I didn't pay attention to peach.
There's no one specific
No?
note.
Should we even bother doing 2 and 3, or should we just...
Yeah, we should.
Yeah? Number 2? The citrus almost tastes like the zest to me in the background, like just the peel of citrus fruits. But I can't pick out...
I'm not getting
It's in the
one
back of my
single-
mouth. Like the hump on your tongue. Forget it.
Yep.
Just don't. Whatever you're thinking, leave it there.
Do you know?
Because it's you and me. Last one. You know, if I paid attention to wines, I feel like peach is the one thing I could always pick out.
I am getting a hint of
It's
either
like-
pinch or
Pitch.
pictarine.
4 out of 5?
What are-
5 out of 5? Can we go there first?
Absolutely 5 stars.
5 stars.
Absolutely. The price point.
On it-
First of all, I
well,
didn't know it was
actually-
only $10.
Yeah, the price point aside, I would give this 5 stars as my favorite all-time Sauvignon Blanc.
I would absolutely give it 5 stars as well. I'm not confident enough to say my favorite
It's my
Sauvignon Blanc
favorite.
of all time.
I need a picture of this bottle for the
But
rest of my life.
It is really great. I will purchase it for myself, for parties, to bring to someone, to
Yeah.
gift. And it being $9.99. Like,
perfect.
It's 5 stars.
And it's French. I mean, you're impressing automatically.
Bordeaux.
It's a Bordeaux. Flashback to episode 1.
Yes, Bordeaux.
Let's just jump into this shit, shall we?
We fucking might as shall.
We might as shall. We shall as might. This week, we have questions from thesun.co.uk. Dear Deidre.
Oh, Deidre.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
She sounds spicy.
Because my entire life it
Deidre.
was Deirdre. You know what I mean? But like that's just because English
accent?
is my second language. Hello, Deidre. I think it's just higher pitch. But this first question is very interesting. This title makes me think because I don't know what's...
We like when you think.
Okay, great. Thanks. I don't.
That's super fair. That's so fair.
Because when I think, I need therapy.
I don't stop. It doesn't end.
I have Fred on like Wednesday, and I don't have time to think about this. This one is called Torn Up. My wife says kissing me.
What year is this from?
2023. Torn Up. My wife says kissing me makes her feel dirty and disgusting. I'm so hurt.
Your wife?
Yeah.
Dirty and disgusting.
Do you understand now what I'm trying to say? Like, it makes me feel so fucking curious.
Dirty
because,
and
like,
disgusting from your husband. Did he he must have cheated.
He had to have. Let's speculate, shall we? For a moment. Maybe he has bad breath.
That's not like you make me feel dirty and disgusting. That's like, bro, I want to vomit.
Yeah, that's you feel dirty and disgusting. Yeah. All right. Never mind. I'm done speculating then.
Dirty and disgusting is like you cheated, and now every single time I kiss you, I'm triggered.
Let's see if you're on the money.
Let's.
Dear Deidre, not only has my wife now gone off sex altogether, she won't even kiss me.
She's pregnant.
But that's actually a really good guess.
He either cheated or she's pregnant.
I'm not saying, I haven't read this, so I don't know, but I think that's a really good guess.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
She says it makes her feel dirty and disgusting, that it's just not something she wants to do anymore.
What?
I don't understand where this has come from, but it's beginning to break my heart. I'm 55 and she is 49. We have been married for 20 years and now have 2 grown-up children. While we've never had the most exciting sex life, we always used to make time for a bit of intimacy. Now she no longer touches me, and even when I try to kiss her or cuddle her, she makes it clear how uncomfortable she is about it. I tried everything, but she makes me feel unattractive and unwanted. How can I solve this problem? I miss feeling close to her.
Wow.
This is just goes to show you that men and women actually do think the same.
So she cheated.
Well, maybe. Or maybe she's just not into it anymore.
I think going from we've been married and have kids to now I literally can't even kiss you because I feel dirty and disgusting. That is not just like we fell out of love. We were growing in different tree branches.
Or directions.
Yeah,
that one.
Despite not having any credentials, this like screams something happened. She cheated, he cheated, or she thinks he cheated, or she was with him for money or something other than love. I understand relationships growing apart. Mm-hmm. And you literally waking up one morning and being like, I just don't feel the way I used to, or I don't see you the way I used to, or whatever it is. But to have the whole, I'm actually disgusted when I kiss you, like that is just not, I woke up one morning and realized we're kind of on 2 different planes here. Like that's something, no.
I agree with that last part. I I think automatically I felt like either this person, I actually didn't come to him cheating.
Right.
Is that what you were?
Somebody
She found,
cheated.
like-
She either thinks he
Yeah.
cheated and
Okay.
like is, or
So
she cheated
I
or
came
is
to
cheating.
the writer's spouse cheating, or just plain old, I fell out of love slowly, or I just didn't love you, anything like that.
But
I
does
didn't
that
think
cause
him
the
cheating.
actual reaction of like, I feel, what were the specific words? I feel dirty and
Disgusted.
disgusted.
Yeah.
Like that's something.
Yeah, it feels
Because
like that's
I can
covering
still,
up something.
even if I'm just like, okay, we're kind of growing out of love here. Like I can still kiss you without having like, I don't know, is that like a visceral reaction? Like I just don't see a relationship running its course naturally with it having that dramatic of a response.
Those words are what
dirty and
differentiate.
disgusted. Like that is indicative of something happened.
You know what?
Whether
I feel
it's
like
her,
the only way that
him,
would work. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't.
Otherwise,
think
it's like
her.
I can kiss you, but I'm not going to close my eyes when I kiss you.
I feel like it was.
You know what I mean?
If it was her, if she said it that way, it would be more like guilt. But if she said it about him, it's because she knows that, and he doesn't know that she knows that he cheated.
Or she was with him for the wrong reasons, and now it's like, okay, it's been long enough.
Yeah, this is too.
I've had 2 of your kids. I've never loved you to begin with, so now I'm just downright like just. Ugh.
Yeah, this is very layered
You know?
in the possibilities of it.
This isn't a simple, we just woke up one morning and realized that like we've kind of been going in different directions.
So how can I solve this problem? I miss feeling close to her.
That's so heartbreaking.
It is sad. Again, we don't know everything, so we need to go based off of the information we have. I feel if he knew that she knew, or if she knew that she knew that he had,
he would have mentioned
cheated,
that
right.
like we had a rough past, or this happened,
and she
or
knows that I
happened.
cheated, or because
And
in our experience, those are the combs we've come through, right?
This poor man is just like, what the fuck? I went to kiss my wife and she threw up inside. like, what the fuck? I think once she reaches that dirty, disgusted feeling, I don't know that there's any saving that.
I was honestly thinking the same thing. I was thinking about a conversation that you and I had offline, where it's like once you hit enough,
and once you reach,
it's enough.
Yeah.
Right?
There is no coming back.
There's got to be something there that she wasn't either communicating or that you didn't meet.
Exactly.
You know,
That
and I'm not
she
trying to put the blame on the reader. Like people it's natural that people grow apart or that love falls apart.
So it's not your fault if she's not communicating
Absolutely.
something. If she's been feeling lack of love or attention or affection or whatever for the last 8 years, to the point where now she resents you for it, it's obviously not your fault if she didn't communicate for the last 8 years that, hey, this is not working for me.
Right. So how would you solve this?
From a woman's perspective who can relate to that disgusted feeling, you aren't fixing this.
Okay.
Whether it's my fault or not, whether I communicated something or not, once I've hit that, you're not fixing it.
Okay. I agree with you. You're not, it's not your job to fix this.
Yeah.
It's your job to understand.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the best that you can do. You know,
but even
putting it on yourself, like trying to, but I mean, like trying to fix it. Understanding is kind of like trying to, I equate understanding with like trying to see where they are versus trying to fix where they are.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think it's your job to fix them, especially if they're not telling you.
If they're
they're not communicating.
Right.
But I do think it's your job as a partner to try to understand. However, there is a fine line there. If that understanding like exceeds, you know, like an emotional, like, you know, you are where you are, I am where I am, you know, it's asking a lot more, and it's really about gauging your own capacity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, yeah, it makes sense. I think I'm just stuck on the sheer she's having like physical reactions, and
sounds
he
like it,
is so clueless.
Yeah.
Like that is very huge. That is a huge gap.
I think I would
For him
approach
to be
this as
completely blindsided, but for her to have already reached
him.
the like, when I kiss you, I want to fucking throw up.
Right.
And him being like, what?
Yeah.
Like that is a huge disconnect.
I agree, because I'd be, if I was the one on the receiving end of that, I'd be like, you don't love me anymore.
Like, not only do you not love me anymore, but you haven't for a long time.
Right.
A long time.
You
And
like
that's
literally
what's-
waited to tell me until you
that's what's
couldn't take it anymore.
Literally until you could no longer even pretend anymore. And that's like, that's a little bit jarring
It's not
to have
fair.
these two different extremes.
Yeah.
Where the woman is already to the point where it's like, I just actually can't even pretend anymore. And him being so clueless, him having no clue that she's even like near this, let alone her reaching it, and him having no clue.
Yeah, I feel like
until
it's
she
just
flat
not
out
fair.
said.
But like, let's
Right,
be
but we don't
realistic.
know what
Nothing in
happened,
life is
right?
actually
It's not
fair.
fair, but we also don't know. Maybe something did happen and he just
Has omitted that information.
exactly,
Yep.
or hasn't acknowledged that it was a huge enough deal. Where after a couple of years of her pretending or trying or whatever,
I think what I can offer, if I may, it's not our job to fix our partners or the situations. In a relationship, what you can do is try to understand and empathize and try to make an effort to move forward. And that usually means making either compromises, concessions, exceptions, whatever it may be, right? Whatever you're willing to do as your person, as a human being, you are where you're at. But also knowing at that point that those concessions or meeting your partner, like we all have individually as human beings, our limits.
Yeah.
And being okay with your limit is a big one. And I'm speaking from experience. Like if you're not finding, or rather, if you're not okay with that's it, you're just pushing a boundary, you're literally going to drive yourself nuts.
yeah. So here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Without putting blind judgment on him, except that's exactly what I'm doing. From a woman's perspective, if he is so disconnected that now all of a sudden he's blindsided that his wife is gagging from kissing him,
Mm-hmm.
you have been missing for a long time. You have not been, what's the word? Like you and I are
In sync?
in sync. I feel like there's a better word, but yes. Like how you think we are codependent because we're so in tuned.
In sync.
Yes, that's why I said I think there's a better word.
Yes.
But yes, in sync.
Oh,
in-tuned.
right. You did say that. We're obviously on the wrong page. We're so not in
We're
sync.
so in tuned. But you just have been disconnected for a very long time. For your wife to have gotten to this dramatic point.
Yeah.
You have been disconnected for a very long time now.
Yeah. I actually agree with you. And I think that's just a basic, I feel like it's a basic human perspective.
Right. Because a wife could be disconnected the same in a husband being no longer like.
But you're using your intuition to respond to this question. Yeah. I didn't mean it in any other way other than just like, like I actually agree with you because that's where I would go with it.
Yeah.
I think from a neutral standpoint, let's say that this person just doesn't know anything else. That's why it's not included.
Well, that's the first sign. You're just so disconnected. Your wife doesn't just wake up one morning and be like, you make me sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's why I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I think I just want to take it from a different direction where I'm just like giving the information we're given. It's just not your job to change her mind. Your job is to be an attentive and an alert partner.
Which you clearly haven't been.
To be someone who anticipates her needs and, and it's not your job to go forth and guess what she is feeling. And I think that this is whole
it's
life.
50-50.
No,
either
but,
she has been communicating something and he is just so out of tune.
Right.
That now she's just like, I'm just like, I don't, or
right.
she hasn't been communicating.
Right.
And he really
and
is
I think that's where I'm coming from with this. Is
So
like
it's
she hasn't been communicating, and what your job is to just.
It's hard because you can't force somebody to communicate.
Yeah, no, you can't force anyone to communicate. I think what I'm really thinking is from the neutral side of things. Let's just say that in the perfect world, he's trying, she's not communicating. Your job isn't to fix shit. I feel like I'm generalizing now, but I feel like men feel like they need to fix shit.
That's pretty fucking accurate.
I'm just generalizing based on the question, but like sometimes we just need to step back and be like, we don't need to fix it. We can't fix it. It's okay. We can just be authentic to ourselves, good or bad, right? Because we are who we are sometimes, right? We can just be authentic to ourselves, but like, we can't anticipate every need of our partner. I know I sure as hell can't. And what you need to do in that instance is you need to ask questions. You know, why aren't we connected? Why do you feel? That would have been my first question. And I would have shared that in this response. Why do you feel disgusted for kissing me? I really don't know how much further to go with this other than like, you don't fix this. You be authentic and genuinely you as you have been in this relationship.
Yes, you've either dropped the ball for a significant amount of time or somebody is not communicating their lack of, I'm not receiving this from you. So
yeah, I think we're aligned in that point.
Yeah. Either way, I feel very strongly that like you kind of are past the point of no return.
Yeah. I think I agree with you with that.
Because when a woman
I don't like
there,
that.
I know.
Yeah.
But when we're there, we're there.
Right. And I think that this is like, it's universal. Like once you've made up your mind.
Yeah.
What's it going to do? I actually wish someone would ask this.
Persistent feeling for so long. It just is human to like, okay, now I'm no longer feeling anything other than literally disgust.
Right. I wish someone would kind of be like, when should I
give up?
Almost.
Literally.
Almost.
I think this when she.
I mean, I don't know that I'd be able to answer that.
I think right now.
Okay, great.
When she's gagging over you kissing her, I think that's when we should throw in the towel for both your sanities.
Deidre's response?
Yes.
Deidre says, it's difficult not to take rejection personally, especially when it's coming from a partner. There could be a number of reasons that she's lost interest in sex and affection, but I doubt it's because she finds you unattractive. Find a quiet moment to talk to her, explain how you feel, and ask her to be honest with you. It may be that there's something deeper that bothers her. Consider some couple counseling. You can find support through Relate. And then there's a link in parentheses, relate.org.uk. I am sending my support pack, Saving Your Sex Life, to help you both. It seems like Saving Your Sex Life is a
support pack.
Literally says support pack, but it's all capitalized so that there is some sort of maybe behind the scenes. She sent them an email with like, here's you know what I'm trying to say
for my job.
Or like, you know, I've written this. Here's something for reference.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting from that.
Yeah.
Because it's all capitalized. And that is the end of it.
Okay. So
honestly speaking, I'm feeling like there's something missing from that response.
There's a lot missing.
Yeah. Like it's not complete.
No, she said, go to therapy and I'm sending you a support pack.
Yeah.
So is she like a couples therapist or
that I knew.
Lines?
I didn't go that
I'm
far
curious.
as to research her, but the writer of this column is Sally Land.
Okay. Well, next.
Yeah. It wasn't enough for me. The response was not enough for me.
Wasn't a response, I don't think.
No, I don't feel like that either.
Ask your wife what's wrong. Well, sure. Go to couples therapy, I guess.
How about go to the next question, I guess? Yeah. Biff, this one's for you. This one is called Dating Dilemma. My new man has no courage. Is he too nice for me?
Yes. Biff, he's a little bitch.
He's a little bitch because this question isn't just for you. It's also for me.
Is Colin a little bitch?
A little bit. No.
Just kidding. I love Colin. I'm kidding.
I do too. I do too. I love you too. You're not a little bitch. Actually, I call him a little bitch all the time. But
Well,
that's
you call
just,
everyone a little bitch all
true.
the time. So.
Actually, I only call men little bitches.
That is true.
Because they don't.
Because
love
that'd be
it.
the day you call a woman a little bitch.
No, she'd probably fucking be like, I'm a big bitch and I'm proud of it because this is what. Yep.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is my mother's fault.
You're welcome.
I have estrogen because mom.
Everybody needs Gretis.
Everyone needs
Whether
Gretis.
it's their mom, their stepmom, their grandma. We all need a Gretis. I'm fucking thankful for that bitch.
Dear Deidre, after years of dating bad boys, I finally thought I found the one when I took a chance on a nice guy. Yet there's a catch. He has no courage. That's French for courage.
Courage?
I'm sorry, I did not clarify. That's French for courage, which is Latin for courage.
Got it.
He's 27, I'm 25, and we've been together for just over a year. Our relationship has been amazing, and he's everything that all the other men were not. Kind, thoughtful, patient, and good at communicating. Yet I can't get one thing off my mind. Last week, when we were traveling home from dinner, a man started to catcall me on the train. I was clearly uncomfortable, but instead of coming to my defense, he squirmed in his seat and refused to even look me in the eye.
What?
Ever since, I can't shake this underlying thought that he will never be able to stand up for me. I know it may sound silly, but I want to be able to rely on my partner to protect me. I love him dearly. I'm wondering if this could be a deal breaker. Full disclosure, I think, just based off of what I just read, I think you are on the same page as this person if you had experienced this partner.
I don't know if I've experienced this same partner, but I can absolutely relate to the very natural feeling of, can this man protect me? Right? Like, I think that's a very natural, I don't know how to do this properly. Men naturally are attracted to women that they feel are
Not this one.
straight men are naturally attracted
cis men
to women who appear, what's the word? Like, I can have your babies.
like safe and
no,
oh,
not safe. Men don't look for safety.
oh, I'm
Men
sorry.
look
I was
for-
thinking about women, so I'm gay.
So, okay.
Women look for men that are safe.
Men look for what's that word? That I can have babies and
Fertile.
fertility. So like wide.
Oh, I
hips.
was just kidding.
Wide hips is a sign of healthy fertility.
Oh,
and
I don't
and
think
men
any man,
are-
straight or gay, actually thinks wide hips are a sign of fertility.
No, they
Otherwise,
don't.
every
They're-
skinny bitch would be
they
single.
instinctually can recognize that though. It's not a conscious, oh, that bitch got wide hips, she can have my babies. It's a natural process of things.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Is that,
It's like a scientific.
I
right,
actually
as
have never
women.
even heard that. So I'm fascinated.
Oh, well, I'm not bullshitting. You can Google this.
Please go on Google.
So just instinctually, in the natural order of these types of things, right? Men just kind of are attracted to a woman that they sense are fertile, whatever. As women look for the protection.
Okay.
That's our natural, instinctual protection providing. I need a hunter-gatherer.
I'd want to punch you in the throat. So you're saying that men want to procreate?
So I think they're naturally attracted to women that are more, I guess, scientifically fertile looking. I don't know how to word this. I don't know how to word this.
Okay, let's just keep going. Because I don't know where you're going.
Right. So
I didn't read that chapter in my English book.
The very basic, like, traditional natural order of like the traditional male-female hunter-gatherer, right? Women need to be provided and protected. Men need to be
providers and protectors.
Yes, but also like have my babies and take care of me type of.
Oh, lame.
Right. Right? Like obviously we're in 2023.
Right.
These things aren't.
Yeah, they're not
as prominent
as they were
in the
5 years
70s.
ago.
5 years ago, yes. Regardless of the times,
right.
I think there will always be a form of tradition.
I was going to say traditionalism.
Yeah. Long story short, my opinion is that is very normal and natural for you to wonder if this is somebody that can protect you emotionally, physically, mentally. It's all the same for women. If I don't feel like you can physically defend me or protect me, I'm not going to feel safe with my feelings and anything else.
And I think that to answer this question, at least on my part, there isn't a boilerplate for, masculine, feminine, deal breaker, non-deal breaker, non-protector, protector. I really just think it's, can this person provide for you in the way that you need?
Something that I need, yes.
Right.
Yes, because not all women feel the need to have a physical.
Right. And I'm just saying this because my mom.
Right.
Can I provide for you the way you need, to quote my mother, or what I feel my mother.
Can I physically protect you
my
and
mother
me at
is
the same
deal
time?
In this hetero relationship. And I'm thinking like, if this person cannot provide despite conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Let's have a conversation. Are you able to rise to this occasion? Right. And if you're not, it's really just, it's not just preference, in my opinion. To me, it's like, how do I feel safe? How do I feel wanted? How do I feel important?
I agree. This isn't preference. Yeah, I agree.
It's a lot more than that. I think it goes beyond that. So on my side of things, it's really like, do you feel this person can provide for what you need? And if they can't, that's your answer. It's not about a deal breaker or not. It's about... I
agree. So the fact that he is tucking tail from another man catcalling his woman
when she needs protection,
right? That's what makes her feel a sign of
like he can't meet what
the fuck if this man was like physically.
This is literally what I'm thinking about.
Or like physically coming after me. Are you literally
sitting next to me?
And you're just going to sit there and watch?
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's me agreeing with you. So fuck I agree.
Yeah.
No, don't fucking look at me like that.
We agree. We agree.
That's right.
Whatever the question was.
Yeah. This is what we think. Deidre says, if you truly love him, then you owe it to him to work on your relationship. It's understandable that you wanted him to stand up for you, but if you don't communicate your needs, then he will never learn. Take the time to have an honest conversation with him and explain how you feel. It could be that he suffers from anxiety, or perhaps he was trying to protect you by not rising to this man.
What?
Yep.
Deidre.
Well, there's a part of me that says, like, give him a chance by talking to him about what you need. But then if he doesn't, this is me assuming that you've never spoken to him about your need to feel.
Fair. However, I'm not going to wait till a man is physically assaulting or attacking me to find out
that is
if you're going to raise up to the occasion.
Yep.
Like, you're either a little bitch or you're not. And you're at where you're at, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
I think, ain't the one for you.
I think what separates us from columnists is that we can't help but put ourselves in your shoes. Because we know what would work for us or wouldn't. And I can honestly say this would not work for me. I think that if
this isn't a matter of I need to communicate to you that I need to feel physically safe when I'm with you. Okay, because that's not something that a man can just, all right. You know what I mean? Either somebody is going to instinctually run or like, oh, hell no.
I would disagree.
Well,
May I?
Please.
Only because of the times that we're in. If you jumped to a woman's defense right now, in these days.
Not a woman.
In
Your woman's. Your
Okay.
woman's, not a woman's.
If you jump to your woman's defense in these times, given all of the movements and all of the equality, etc., that we have faced in this world, what is to stop your counterpart from feeling like, no, I can handle my own battles?
Are you not going to have that sense already? If this is already your established woman, are you not going to already have that sense where it's like, babe, you want to get him or am I?
Well, I think
right? Like, are you
all the
not,
more reason to like ask a question in the moment, be like,
but she
you want me to get in
specified
this?
that he like looked nervously at her.
He just like
he was just like
moved over.
Fuck my
Essentially, he
life.
might as well have skipped a seat.
Like he should have just ran off that bus.
Yeah.
But
No,
like,
I'm
babe,
with
good
you.
luck.
But I also think like, and
So
this is just me giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
But I feel like
I think
if
it's
you're
like
my man, you're gonna have the sense of like,
not if he's woke. Like he's gonna be like, no, do you want me to get in this?
because now it's gonna be like, babe, I got this. Like, babe, sit down. I got this.
And then you go like, no, I can handle my own fucking battles. I'm not a helpless woman.
Okay,
this
but
is
either way,
2023.
Okay, but that woman's not gonna write to
He doesn't know because she's not
person
talking to
and
him.
say-
She's instead writing an advice column that's not talking to him.
All right, Biff.
I'm
You and
leveling
me
with
are
you.
on a bus together.
I know you.
Somebody
That's not
calls
fair.
you the F word.
I know you. That's not fair.
If we're in a relationship,
First of all, if I go on a bus with you anywhere, I know that I'm not fighting my own battles, period.
my point. You just furthered my point.
I'm not a woman. I can fight my own battles, but because you're tougher than I am, you can fucking take care of it.
That's my point.
No.
That's my point.
But what I'm saying is, Me Too movement, all of this, like women are not helpless. He doesn't. I'm not saying that this is the answer.
I'm following.
I'm not saying this is the answer, but
I'm
it's
with
not.
you. But I
just
also
think,
feel like if you're in an established relationship,
Mhm.
you have a sense that like, I don't need to jump up to this woman's defense because she got herself.
What's an established
You know what I mean?
relationship to you?
Like, how long didn't it specify how long?
Well,
you've been
no,
together?
I'm just asking generally.
like
what's an established relationship
like,
to you?
We've been together long enough where we're in a committed.
Like,
I am labeled your boyfriend, you're my girlfriend.
mhm. To me, that's just like in the moment. Like, we just labeled it, and now this just happened at the same time.
What?
Like 2
That
minutes
doesn't have
after.
anything to do with anything.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the expectations.
He has a good enough sense of she's either gonna fucking sit and cry if somebody looks at her wrong, or she's not the type to be fucked with.
But just over a year and never like encountering these types of situations.
No, but you still have a sense of somebody's character. You still know if like I know which one of my friends are on that man's ass before I can even blink.
Mhm.
Right? Shorty.
I'm
not even gonna be able to finish swallowing before Shorty's on this man's ass.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Although I think that she would internalize a lot more, just like this person did, and kind of like brought the question. You know, I feel like this person,
for when it comes to friends, families, relationships, Shorty is not internalizing.
I'm just talking about for
anything.
herself personally, and you're the friend who's sitting on the side. You know what I mean? Like, I think that the dynamics are different in that regard. And I am actually with you in response to this. I'm just responding to the climate today, where I'm just like, not all of those chivalrous acts are welcome anymore. So what is
But
a person
I think
to...
you're gonna have a good sense of whether it's welcomed or not.
Maybe not
You know what I mean?
always. You know what I mean? Maybe...
But if your instinct is to like kind of clam up,
Mhm.
whether it's for, well, I'm unsure because she's gonna get mad at me if I defend her, or I'm just a little bitch,
Mhm.
right? Like your instinct is still your instinct,
Mhm.
and it's still. I'd rather get mad at you for coming to my defense
Mhm.
than being like, great, now we're both dead because you didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would rather have the fight where it's like, look, I can handle myself
Mhm.
than you just fucking sat there.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean, in terms of this, like the separation is what you would rather versus what, like.
I know, but I just feel like if you're in a relationship,
I feel like
with somebody,
you can't
would have a
separate
sense.
that because of what you want. But
I know,
I think
you would have
that
a sense of, like,
generally speaking,
my man's gonna whoop his ass or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there is a certain dynamic that you're looking for in a relationship that isn't so prevalent these days.
No, and I agree. But that's
what I'm
all
saying
the more
is,
reason why I can kind of have a sense of like,
well, what I'm saying
you're either
is,
a little bitch or you just don't know how to handle the situation.
Well, I actually disagree with that because to me, it's like there is a different sense. Women are more independent and men are more, I don't want to say maybe more considerate, maybe that's the right word, but are more exposed to that fact. And so men are waiting. They're not treating women like damsels in distress anymore because the vast majority, at least where we are, you know, in Massachusetts, like the vast majority are like, wait until I ask for your help versus jump to my defense. Like we're not helpless because we're women. And so men are responding to that in the way that we are a more liberal state than we are conservative. And we're sitting back, you know?
I'm following.
So
I also still think that it's definitely going to be more evident of like, you're either scared, so you're not speaking up, or you're just kind of unsure to
Who is not to say that he is not afraid of you?
She mentioned that he looked at her.
I'm talking about in general. Who's not to say that a man is not afraid of you?
I'm not going to be in a relationship with a man who is afraid of me. That is not true. I'm not going to be in
looking for a relationship where a man is afraid of me. I'm not looking for a relationship, but if I were, he'd be terrified of this bitch.
I want a man who knows that,
or
like, her. He's either fighting that man or he's fighting me.
Okay.
Like, that's what it's boiling down to.
I think you're...
But she did point out
yes,
that
she did.
He looked at her nervously.
Yeah, no,
or
you're
she
right.
sensed
I'm talking more generally, just for the sake of conversation.
No, I know.
Because I love that we have these differing perspectives.
Right.
And where I feel like in America, because, you know, divided, we don't conquer, you know, is how we work now.
Right.
I feel like you and I having these different perspectives, we can understand each other a little more and we can respect where we are because fucking humans. And, you know, I think that like you, where you are, knowing who you are and where you are,
right?
It's like this is your expectation of a man.
It's hard for me,
but I also want to show to you like your expectation of a man isn't the answer from where I'm standing, because a man is also trying to gauge where that woman is, whether or not he knows. There is no substitute for experience.
I just think at the end of the day, all men are better off getting scolded from their woman for coming to their defense than for not. Whether I can defend myself or not isn't relevant to the fact that, like, you didn't even try to defend me. So if you don't try to defend me, when we go home, you better damn sure be trying to defend yourself, because whether I can defend myself or not is not the point. You didn't come to my defense.
Yeah, that's valid. That is valid.
Now we're fighting.
Yeah, it's what
I don't want to have to defend myself. Just because I can doesn't mean that I want to. Especially if I got a man sitting right next to me. My man, I don't want to have to defend myself. I don't want to have to be like, oh, should I get this or are you? I don't know why you're got your pinky up.
Tell me you're going to stay out of it when your man tries to defend you. I don't think if a man came to your defense that you'd sit back and let him finish.
Well, it's because I've never had a man that I felt...
You had one.
Was...
At least one.
Who?
Not that I have a concrete example, but he definitely would fight your battles for you.
Yeah, and I let him.
You sat back and kept your mouth shut?
Probably didn't keep my mouth shut, but I sat back.
That's it. That's all I know.
That's sat
a fight.
Back.
That's a fight.
No, I didn't keep my mouth shut, but I sat back.
Listen, you don't punch me, but we have fights.
But when we're talking about physical defense...
Next question. The next one is from August of 2023. being blamed. My son blames my coldness for his own relationship problems and lack of attention. Damn. I gotta have a talk with my mother. Dear Deidre.
You didn't already?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't talk about shit in my family.
Speaking of self-defense.
No. That's nope.
Exactly.
Nope.
Exactly.
I will lose that fight. Dear Deidre, public displays of affection have never been my thing, and if I'm honest, even private ones feel awkward. But now my son blames my, quote, cold ways, end quote, for damaging his current relationship. I'm 59 and my husband is 61. Our son is 33. I visited him recently at the home he shares with his girlfriend. As I was leaving, he told me it wasn't acceptable to simply give him a peck on the cheek. He says I have affection issues and have never shown him love. He told me it's affected his relationship with his girlfriend because he doesn't know how to be affectionate towards her. She has told him she doesn't feel loved and is questioning whether they have a future together. Apparently, it's all my fault. I thought I'd been a good mom, but when I think about my childhood, I don't remember being kissed or cuddled by my parents. Perhaps my son is right and I don't know how to show affection. I don't hug or kiss my husband unless we are being intimate together.
So they're more just wondering if the son is right?
It sounds like it. They thought they were being a good parent. It doesn't sound like there was any
disconnect.
Yeah. At least along the way of rearing the child.
Rearing.
I just wanted to say rearing.
Yeah, you're correct.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I think the son is right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Especially in parenting dynamics. We repeat grandma was...
Which is something we
loving
heard
or
here.
not loving.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore mom was loving or not loving. Therefore the child is either loving or not loving.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I think the son was right. It felt a bit harsh, the son's approach.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the mom had no prior idea that he may or may not be feeling this way, or that the way she showed her affection and love may not have landed for him throughout his childhood and adult life, apparently. But I agree with the son that was passed on. We can't give something we don't have. Just like we can't learn something we're not taught. Mm-hmm. So if we're not shown love and affection since birth, that's not just kind of, you don't learn that in school type of thing.
Okay. I agree with what you said, but I also don't think it's fair to put that on the mom for his current relationship. And the only way I feel that is because I do believe in finding that self-help out there, that if you want to overcome an obstacle within yourself, that there is some sort of help to help you or to guide you into being able to overcome that. And I only say that because I feel like, just given what we've received in this question, like, let's say that this parent really did truly believe they were doing the best that they could. A child could also choose to seek some sort of therapy for, or counseling for, what they're feeling or what they're experiencing, rather than blame their parents for it. Sometimes I feel that a parent is a scapegoat for what you are feeling or what you're experiencing. And I don't think that's always the case. And I'm only saying this from experience. I'm not trying to be provocative or any way, but I blamed my parents for a lot of my relationship issues in the past. And also realizing that I had control over my own destiny too played a different factor. It opened a different world for me. Now, I'm not saying that you know what's available to you, or, you know, your parents are the right way or the wrong way.
Right.
You know, but if there's something within you that you feel is contributing to your current relationship, or that you could make an effort toward, there are specialists in that way that can assist you in bettering yourself in that area, whatever it may be. Yes, I agree. Mom, you didn't teach me to love. Okay. But in your current relationship, mom's not there. I think it's on you whether or not you navigate that relationship in the right way. You could think my parents didn't teach me to love or to be affectionate or to be proactive. But your parents are in that relationship. So maybe recognizing also like, okay, this is
just now being brought to my attention.
I'm just
I
like
wasn't aware of
realizing
this
my
before.
family taught me this.
Yes, this is super normal for me. And now my girlfriend's like, what the fuck?
Literally.
Yeah.
And like, what can I do to better myself?
Right.
You know, because let's be honest, like a parent will never do anything right. Never.
Freaking
Never.
much.
I think about what my mom did for me and I'm like, she literally was thinking my best interest as an immigrant.
Yeah.
She didn't know what the fuck to expect.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
she had
thinking
a lot
about it
of
from her
different angles to
perspective.
navigate.
Yeah.
On top of being
and she's
mom.
like, nope,
Yes.
I'm doing what feels safe to me.
I'm your mother and this is my call.
Yep.
Yep.
And okay. But my decision going forward in relationships is, and I hate to say it, I learned the hard way because I navigated relationships gratis. My way or go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Right?
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's okay.
You also have the dynamic of how you were parented and you're also a parent.
Right.
But
I also know that
also
he's going to resent me for something.
Relationships. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is that like you're doing your best as a parent also.
Yep.
And you can recognize that your mom did the best as a parent.
But
so now you're navigating relationships and you had to navigate fatherhood and still are, even though your son is
30.
Much, yep.
No.
Grown and
he's
on his
10.
own now.
No, he's 16. Yeah. You're right. It's a different perspective. And I think that's what we're looking for here too. Sometimes it's perspective. To me, it's, yes, you can call up your upbringing for a lot of things as you are as a human, but sometimes it's okay to be like, I haven't been exposed to this. Let me see what I can do. Let me explore options. Let me see what the world has to offer. And I think this is in a lot of different subjects. Yes, I am with you. What you said to me, absolutely, like I felt it because I lived it. Absolutely. But I also think like your relationships are yours. So maybe,
yes, at some point you have to recognize like, yes, this was not taught to me or shown to me or provided for me in childhood.
Yes.
However, I am now an adult.
Thank you
so
for being
now I am responsible for
unprofessionally
myself.
professional.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly how you put it. Like
I was not aware of this until my girlfriend pointed out that like you're a fucking ice cube.
Can I give a very super horrible example?
Yeah. Please do.
I didn't know growing up that bagels and cream cheese was a thing.
Okay.
Because I barely knew what an English muffin was. Actually, I'd actually like to tell you that I didn't know what an English muffin was.
All right, well, you're foreign.
Until I went to a store where someone ordered
English
bagel and cream cheese for me. And I fucking ate that shit like it was...
Can you please tell us how old you were? Your first bagel and cream cheese?
I think I was 9 or 10 years old.
Okay, I thought you were going to say like 19.
No!
I was like, okay,
I think I'd already had bagel and cream cheese with you.
Now I take it back. Now you're responsible for your 19 years of bagel and cream cheese.
I think that you were counting on that. But that's the thing, like we're exposed to what we're exposed to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Even you thinking that I was like a full-on adult.
Before you had a bagel and cream cheese.
Like I was 9 or 10 years old.
19, so
yeah, you totally did.
Okay.
So, because I came out when I was 19, so
even better.
Yep. So that's really my take on all of this. Just to be like, fully transparent and totally honest. I think that you need to own that part of you, whether or not that you blame your parents or not. there's some sort of exposure that you're not exposed to, and and it's okay for you to ask questions and seek help for it, to kind of understand. And that's really all I have to contribute to that.
I'm with you, and I'm going to add to what you were saying, that it's also okay to be upset or hurt by things that you feel you may have missed out on in your childhood, or like missed out on, and etc.
I agree with you.
I learned, becoming a mom, a lot of things that I was like, oh, my mom this, or I wish my dad that, or these types of things that really hit home for you, especially like becoming an adult in a relationship, a marriage, having children. There's for sure things that come up that was like, wow, I never had that when I was a child, or my mom never this, or my dad never that. And it's like, it's hurtful because it's like, now I'm relating as the child and now as the parent, because I'm having my own child now. So now it's like, I could never imagine not kissing or hugging my child or whatever. And so it's like, it is natural and okay to like be upset about these things that you feel were robbed from you in childhood, or that you didn't have, or that you didn't experience, or that you weren't taught. Like, I think it's okay to like, wow, I literally never had a warm, loving childhood, or my mom never expressed physical affection for me, or my dad never one time told me he loved me, even though I knew he loved me. He never literally said that, or whatever. I think it's, so I totally agree with what you're saying. And then just in addition to like, yes, we are going to acknowledge these things, and now we're responsible for it, as now we're adults, especially if we have children or wives or boyfriends, husbands, whatever. But it's also okay to feel upset or hurt that like, I did miss that in my childhood, or I didn't experience this, or you never said you loved me, or you never kissed me or hugged me. Like, so I think it's just in addition to what you're saying, because yes, you're still responsible to like, oh, I don't have to get better. I don't have to improve myself because you failed me as a mom. So now I just get to be out here not improving myself and blame it on my childhood. So I agree that like, you're still responsible to heal and fix that, whatever, but you also, it's okay to like, wow, I never knew, I never knew I was missing out on this, or I never noticed the extent of this, or whatever.
I'm with you on that, because as we said earlier, there is no one, and I would venture to say even two people that could provide you everything that you need in this life.
Yeah, of course.
And to think that your parents gave you all of the tools, like, I guess if you're younger, kind of being like, well, my mom said, right?
Yeah.
When you're more naive and your exposure is minimal. But as you grow up, like, there is a whole world out there that not everyone can expose you to. Not one person can expose you to. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
You get to be upset about things that you feel, but they're also now your responsibility.
Right.
To not.
Which sucks.
To not.
Let's get real. It's so shitty. But I think that's the art of being human too. And the freedom that you get as being a human is that you get to explore and make your own decisions or form your own opinions about things,
That's very true, because I remember specifically, I was a young adult the first time my dad said, I love you out loud.
So yesterday.
I think when I had my child, maybe.
I'm just totally kidding.
We used to always say it, especially on the phone, like, love you. And he'd just say, yep, and hang up. And like, for the majority of our lives, that's just okay. We knew dad loved us because he was constantly providing a home for us, food for us, the best, we always had Jordans or whatever.
Right.
the latest technology and these things, and that's how our dad loved us. And I never recognized that I missed or was affected by when I would say I love you, he wouldn't say it back.
Right.
Until, honestly, I think probably when I was pregnant, maybe a little before or even after I had maybe. I don't know, but I remember specifically being on the phone and it was just our normal. And then I said, I love you. And he said, yep. And instead of hanging up, I said, I love you again. And he said, yep, love you, and hung up. And I remember being like, okay, this isn't me. Like, he really,
I
like, that's just
remember
not his
your
norm.
dad telling you, I love you. Not, I love you too. Just, I love you.
Just
and
my
mind is blown.
Ever since that specific me reiterating, like, love you, and him, yeah, love you, and hanging up, now he'll say it on his own. He'll say it first. He'll say it second.
I never picked up on that.
No, me either.
To me, he's always told you he loved you.
I just knew wholeheartedly that my dad loves me. Whether he said it or not.
Well, that goes to show you from someone on the outside that I never questioned.
Right.
Loved you.
And so I think that says a lot, where it's like, I could have been the child to be like my dad didn't even say I love you, and like blowing him off, or like having these things where it's like, no, I can recognize my father's love, his language, how he loves me, versus him just saying it to me. Like, yes, it's nice to hear, but I didn't recognize that, like, oh, I was missing that.
Wow. Because
I just kind of knew, like, all of my siblings, we all just kind of knew that, like, he always bought us the best of the best. Or if we asked, like, Dad, I really want this pair of sneakers, he'd go get it. Like, even if he didn't have it, he'd get it. And, like, that's how he loved us, because that's how he grew up. My grandparents never said, I love you.
Right.
It was just not a thing in their house. So for my dad, this is how I love you. These Jordans. This is how I love you. You have a fucking comfortable bed to sleep in. Like, this is how I love you. And I think in our childhood, that just became our norm. And it wasn't until I got older and was like, I fucking said I love you. Like, you know what I mean? Where that was when it was like, oh, so I could have been the bitter child that was like, my dad's never once told me he loved me. And I could have held on to that and been bitter and been angry and been spiteful. Or I could have done what I thankfully did and recognized that regardless of him verbalizing I love you or not, this man very much loves me, and it's not a question. You know what I mean? So I didn't grow up angry and bitter and like, well, I don't show you I love you because my dad didn't show me he loved me. You know what I mean? And now I blame my dad, and now I'm mad at my dad. Right. No, it's like, I recognize this man he would fucking, to this day, go out of his way, like, in any way, shape, or form that he can or has to, whether he verbalizes I love you or not. And so I just kind of gently pushed him into, like, Dad, I know you love me.
Please tell me.
But also, just fucking say I love you too.
Right.
Like, instead of being angry at him or blaming him for me later. Like,
see, this is why I won't fuck with you. And if I date you, you can take care of your fucking self unless you tell me otherwise.
Well, then just say I love you out loud and we got no issues.
No, but I think that's a beautiful example, I also can't speak for everyone. Like, some people, like, grow up, like, my parents never told me they love me, and they also never showed me, right? Like, that does exist. I'm one of the lucky few, although unlucky in other areas, where my parents both showed me and told me they loved me.
Yeah.
But I think that's just a very important dynamic, or a facet even of that dynamic, of that relationship. But I don't think that it's not necessarily fair. Actually, I'm not going to say it's fair or not fair. I just think, consider your relationship with your parents, and also consider your dynamics in your relationship. Not everything is a reflection of how you were raised. And if it was, maybe also finding out that knowing that there are resources out there that'll help you kind of come to the conclusions where, you can kind of actualize or realize what your capacity is in certain respects, like romance, like in the case of this question.
Yeah. Also for this writer, I feel like they never, or they may not have ever had any issue until their partner pointed it to them. Like,
it feels that way,
you're
right?
not, and now all of a sudden, now they're mad at their mom.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, well, my girlfriend's mad at me because I don't ever hug her because you never hugged me.
Right.
That's how it felt. Where it's like this writer maybe never had any issues.
And I could dissect this further based on what you said too. Like the writer said, like, I only show my husband affection behind closed doors. Like,
right.
Did she show her kid affection behind closed doors?
I don't see no issues with that unless it's brought to my attention.
It's hard too, especially today, like, to recognize that our parents raised us in the way that they knew, the best way that they knew.
Right. And also we have love languages.
And those apply in all aspects of our lives.
In all aspects.
Yep.
So my dad didn't say I love you, but he damn sure showed it.
Right.
And so it was kind of on us as we got older to either recognize that or not. Either we're older and we're like, my dad never said I loved you. Or it's like, yeah, my dad never said I love you, but he fucking showed. I never questioned that he did or not. Whether he said it or not, I never questioned it.
Right. My mom was just a bitch, but I knew she loved me.
Fuck yeah.
Still to this day.
I know that bitch loves me too. And she threatens me every time I see her.
It's true. Even when you don't see her.
Very true.
Response?
Yes.
Deidre says, don't beat yourself up. You are a good mom and are doing your best. Many people grow up in families who aren't affectionate, so it isn't surprising that you find it difficult to be demonstrably loving towards your son.
I could have never said that word.
I was thinking the same thing. Both you and he can learn to show affection. It may feel counterintuitive because it doesn't feel natural, especially at first, but sometimes the only way is simply to do it.
Yep. Agreed. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Well, we love Deidre.
Thank you, Deidre.
Thank you for your input.
For letting us answer for you. Biff, I feel, I'm going to be honest, these responses were lackluster.
They were just like,
hey, don't.
Okay, cool. That's how you feel? Okay.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Literally. That's what they were.
Yeah.
Sorry you feel that way. Life sucks sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
Guys, we have never, in the 80 some odd episodes that we've recorded of this fucking podcast, did we just not like a columnist.
That's true. There's been responses that were like,
we disagreed with.
But overall, yes. I think she makes a good point that this is going to be out of your comfort zone, but it is something that you can, the first time I was like, love you. And he was like, yeah, love you. Click.
Right.
But now he'll say it first, especially if he's talking to my daughter. He always says it. It's just, it would be weird for him to not say it now.
Right.
So she does say that I do agree that it's going to be weird and awkward and whatever at first. But overall, these are not.
They're not. They're just not.
They're just not.
Well, I'm not reading anymore tonight.
No.
I'm done.
We're done.
I give up.
We give up.
This towel is so wet, I'm throwing it in.
We love you or don't love you too.
And it depends on how we were raised, who we are, and whether or not we're willing to work on this relationship.
I blame my mother.
I blame my mother. No, yes.
Yeah.
I blame my mother.
We gotta.
I love you, Mom.
I love you so much, Gratis.
Guys, send us your questions, your comments, your concerns to illadvisedthepodcast@gmail.com, including your wine and or mixed beverage recommendations. We'll even take beer sometimes. And
Find us on social media.
Or catch up on your latest episodes at
That too.
illadvisedthepodcast.com.
Or social media.
Or social media.
Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at illadvisedthepodcast.
And also make sure that you check our show notes for all of our references to all of our favorite columnists. You're beautiful, you're wonderful, everything about you is absolutely sexy.
Your mom loves you.
And kissing on the lips isn't cheating. And thank you for listening.
You've been ill-advised.
Precisely.
It is cheating.